G'day everybody, I'm Patrick, welcome to the workshop. Today I am trying to get ready to stain this table, which is in bits and pieces. Those are the legs. You would have seen lots of processes that I've done to this table as I've gone along. Today what I'm doing is trying to prepare the colour that I'm going to put onto it. Basically, this table was part of a group of pieces that all had sort of an antique brown on them. And the customer wants this new piece to sort of fit within that family. This brown is kind of golden oak colour, sort of halfway between oak and walnut, is the colour that this table originally was. I had this big long chunk which was a leaf from the original table, and I have gone through and sanded patches of it off so that I can test stains alongside the other one. Because I'm trying to match a specific stain, it's really handy to have, lots of room to do that and lots of stains to try. I'm not working with a particular system, I'm working with a few, but I'll tell you the methodology that I use to try and get close. Ultimately, this piece will stand alone, so the stain needs to look really good. It doesn't need to match perfectly, but the tone has to look good on the timber. So I'll show you how I try and do it, and hopefully we get there. Here's some things that you'll need, or that I find really useful. A little scale and/or little syringes for mixing stuff accurately. Definitely rubber gloves, lots of little cups, a variety of stains. So I've got the Evolution stains here, which I really like. And if I need to darken them, I will use some alcohol stain. But I have some other walnut by Rustin's and this interior stain by Wattle and some black proof tint if I need to darken it. That's kind of the main group that I'm going to work with. I'm going to try and create a stain that sits in suspension in hard wax, in Evolution, and then I'll apply that in 2 coats. I'm doing this rather than applying a true stain and then 2 clear coats on top because I feel like it gives a more consistent color. So what we're going to be doing is trying to find an appropriate dilution of the tinted Evolution, probably the Impala, or maybe the Bushbuck, depending on which one matches better, with some mixture of the Feast and Watson walnut proof tint. This is an alcohol-based stain. You can mix it into Evolution hard wax at a ratio up to potentially sort of 1 part this to 2 or 3 parts Evolution. Ideally, you're using less than that. Depending on how you're going to apply this stain will really dictate how much colour, how much pigment you need in the mix. If you're able to brush or roll on a fairly thick coat and leave it, you can potentially get away with less pigment. But if you've got a complex shape like I have, and you need to wipe a finish on and wipe it off, then potentially you need more pigment. For instance, it's going to be really hard for me to roller into these areas. So I need a stain that I can get in there and then wipe off all the excess, and the color will remain consistent over those curves. I'm working with some aged American oak, which is what essentially the tabletop was. It's the piece that I'm trying to repurpose for the client, as well as some new American oak, which is what I've made the base out of. So I have some samples of the old oak here, like I mentioned, with the previous stain there that I'm trying to match, as well as some new oak, so that I can see how they both compare. I know that they're gonna look different. Luckily in my case, the whole top is that old oak, and all of the base is the new oak, so I can treat them slightly differently. They're not right next to each other. And if I need to stain the base slightly darker to bring it up to that antique look, I can. You'll also need lots of little rags. When you're applying little samples like this, I find the most useful thing to do is cut a rag into little tiny pieces about the size of a credit card, fold them up really small, and use them as like a tiny brush to test the effect of wiping it on and then rubbing it off with a clean rag. So let's put some stains on and see where we're starting with, and then start the process of dilution. The first thing I'm going to try is the pre-mixed Bushbuck brown in Evolution, which I think will be a bit dark, and the Impala brown, which I think will be a bit light. If I can just work with these two in some dilution, that would be great. But like I said, I'll often add a bit of proof tint as I need. Make sure these are stirred, because if you haven't used them for a while, the pigment at the bottom, or some of the pigment could have fallen out to the bottom. Oh, I lost my stick in there already. We're off to a great start. The reason I use tiny little wipes like this is because you're just not soaking up heaps and heaps of finish. I'm gonna start at one end and I'm gonna label everything. I usually label what the product is, how it's been applied, if it's been wiped on, if it's been wiped off, etc. Well, that's better than I expected. So that's the Impala. Neat. We'll try it on some of the new oak as well. I often find the Impala a little too green or yellow, but see how it goes. Now I'm going to be wiping this stuff on like this, and then I'm going to be rubbing it off. So I also need to test that. But I need to leave it for a few minutes to duplicate. I need to try and do everything in testing that I will do in real life. So in real life, on the real piece, I'll be applying this finish neat with a brush or a roller, but it will take me some time to cover the entire piece, and then I'll go back through and rub it off. So I need to make sure I've left that for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that, to replicate how long it would normally sit on my pieces before I wipe them off. So while that's sitting there for a little bit, I'm going to do the same thing with the Bushbuck Brown, and yeah, then we can compare them. I'm also going to try a little bit of this neat walnut. Now I won't use this neat because I find it tends to rub off again when you then apply the hard wax later, if it's not bonded with the hard wax initially in dilution. And I'll try a little bit of the Rustins. And the reason I'm trying these neat is to see what color characteristics they have. Are they warm? Are they cool? Can I use them to boost my finishes in one way or another? Okay, now I'm going to go through and rub off any excess to kind of replicate what would happen on my real piece so that I can get it really nice and even. Okay, so some really interesting things here. The old timber is taking this evolution stain much more evenly than the new timber. It could be that it's drier, could be that it's inherently a little bit darker. It just has a different character, and so the way that it accepts the stain is very different. You can see that the Bushbuck Brown on the old oak looks fairly even, but then on the new oak, you've got these really, really dark lines and these much lighter patches, and it looks much less pleasant. The Impala is much closer to this old stain than I thought it would be, but it needs to become a little bit warmer. And I much prefer the Impala than the Bushbuck Brown on the new oak as well. But again, I still think it could become a little warmer to get closer to this. The Rustin's wood dye is quite good, a little bit too red. And this Feast and Watson Walnut, this one here, is much too red. But I feel like I could use some of the walnut to warm up my Impala, which is this one, in some dilution to get pretty close to that. The Feast and Watson alcohol stain, because it's thinner, it will soak into this new timber a little bit better. So I'm going to start with maybe 20 ml of the Evolution and 5 ml of this, so 4 to 1. So you can do this by weight or by volume. You'll have different results because there is not necessarily as clean a relationship between weight and volume with these oils and alcohols as there might be with, say, just plain water. If you were working with all the same type of finish, you could probably interchange weight and volume, but because we're using alcohol and oil, they have kind of a different ratio there. So that's 10 ml of Impala, and I said I wanted to do 1 to 4. So now I'm going to get 2.5 ml of this walnut, mix that in. It's gone a much richer chocolatey colour, kind of taken away that sort of mouldy yellow, which I don't love in the Impala. The finer you have sanded your timber, the less stain will be absorbed, but you will also see scratches if you don't find it sanded fine enough, so it's a bit of a trade-off. Okay, I'm going to make sure I label that. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes or so and then rub it off. Okay, so this is the 4 to 1 Impala and walnut. It's pretty good. It's a little bit too warm on the old oak. I think the neat Impala looked better. It's a little bit too warm on the old oak as well. So I'm gonna back that off from 4:1 down to probably half that, so 4 to 0.5. I found that you need to make quite large adjustments in these color dilutions to get a discernible difference. So I'll make up a new batch, make sure I label this, do it again. Okay, so the 8:1 dilution is perfect on the old timber, and I'm not happy with the new timber. So I'm doing what I really hoped I wasn't gonna have to do, and I'm gonna make two different mixtures. So now we have to find something that works a little bit better on the new timber. So this is the 8:1 on the old timber. I like the warmth. I like everything about it. I think with a clear coat on top, it's gonna look great. This, not great. Still not great. That's the 8:1. So I think we probably need to find one of these thinner type finishes, which will absorb more evenly into the closed grain as well as the open grain. So we continue. Okay, so I had to mess around with some other things, and with the products that I have here, I'm not able to get exactly the same finish on the old timber and the new timber. But what I think I can do is just use 2 coats on the new timber and 1 coat on the old timber, because the way they absorb is very different. When I tried to increase the dilution of the Feast and Watson walnut, it's too rich and chocolatey for what I'm going for here, and it would look like they were stained very differently. So I would rather stick with exactly the same pigment, just build it up, and hopefully build up my pigment that way. As a general rule, I actually don't love staining timber. If I can avoid it, I avoid it. I'll often suggest to a client that we can push timber a fraction lighter or a fraction darker really effectively without changing its character too much. Once you start adding really dark stains, it's one thing, just not my area of expertise. And I think for me, it often sort of takes away from some of the beauty of the timber. However, there are some pieces that need it or the client wants it. And so it's a good thing to learn. And I think that this process of documenting, diluting, changing that dilution by, small amounts and creeping up is a really good way of doing it. You do need to have a bank of some different products to use, but knowing that you can mix alcohol stains into the Evolution tints really opens up the possibilities, because, Feast and Watson have walnut, which is really chocolatey and quite warm. They've got maple, which is actually really yellow, mahogany, which is very, very pink, and golden teak, which I can't remember. I think it's also kind of a golden color. So you can use those tints to boost the brightness or the warmth or the red or yellow in the Evolution stains to get something a little closer to what you're after. Now I need to apply this at scale to my piece. So I'm going to mix up a much larger batch, make sure I have enough of each of the products. At the moment, my limiting factor is this walnut, but because I'm doing 8:1 of this, I think I'll have enough, and then go through the application process. So I'll show you some of that. Okay, so I couldn't help myself and I kept going. After I'd done a little demo to show the colors of those neat proof tints, I kind of realized that there's a lot of orange in this old stain. And also there's just a lot more sort of yellowy orange in the old timber than the new timber. So I mixed in 2 ml of maple into the stain, and now the new timber matches the old timber really well. So I did 2 things I don't love doing. I now have 2 different types of stain for the one table, which just seems like a terrible idea in terms of efficiency. But I'm also using essentially 3 different tints to make up that stain. There's a lot of room for error there, which is why I'm really careful when I'm measuring it out, so that I know that I can replicate it and I know that I don't have to mix too much. But it turns out that that little bit of maple and a little bit of walnut mixed in with the Evolution Impala was just the right solution for this job, and I'm really satisfied with it. It means that I can get this really consistent result and the whole table's gonna look uniform, and I'm not trying to double up layers on stuff. So that's where I ended up after all that. So this one here has 10 ml of Impala, 1.5 ml of Feast and Watson walnut, and 2 ml of Feast and Watson maple. when you're rubbing off the finish, it's important that your rag is not soaked like this. This one has already done one tabletop because it will leave marks. So now's the time to change this to a fresh one. This makes sure that the finish is consistent across all of your pieces, and that's what we want. So, I have stained the top pieces with the older oak and the legs with the newer oak, and the colour is really consistent across both timbers, and I'm really happy with it. Right now, the colour has dulled down a bit as that stain is soaked into the timber, but when I apply a gloss coat, a clear coat on top, the colour will lift a little bit again. Another great tip is you can add a tiny bit of tint to that clear coat, the last coat, which just sort of evens out any unevenness in the first coat because you're just adding a bit more tint on top, creates a bit more depth of colour. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I find staining stuff, you know, it can be tricky, but if you follow a process and make sure you've tested everything on the timber that you're using, you'll get good results. Just because you like the way that the Impala Evolution stain looks on Tassie oak does not mean you'll like the way it looks on American oak, etc. So always test it on the timber that you have. Thanks a lot for watching today. You can see some links down below to the products I've used, like the Evolution products, the Timbecon cell, and the other stuff you can buy elsewhere. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next week. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, it helps us out, and let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer them in the comments. See ya.